Of all the legends, one of the strangest is that of the Legion of the Damned. There are many corroborated accounts of these otherworldly warriors, and their unexpected appearances upon a desperate battlefield, and their sudden and inexplicable disappearance at the battle's end. The Legion of the Damned is a mysterious band of space marines which appears unbidden when all hope seems lost, striding forth from its hidden netherworld in the Immaterium to bring retribution to the Imperium's foes. Once their bloody work is complete, they vanish into myth once more. They are a legend, whispered in secret by a suspicious few. They say that the Emperor has the loyalty of a force from beyond reality. The Legion is an army of vengeance and of flame, a brotherhood of warriors who appear at first glance to be space marines but quickly prove to be more lethal than even those most formidable of transhuman warriors. These warriors are said to dwell in the spaces between reality and the realm of the warp, in the hopes and dreams of desperate men, and in a pocket of reality eternally lit by the fires of hatred. In truth, the men that make up the self-proclaimed Legion of the Damned are suspected to be remnants of the lost loyalist Firehawks chapter. They fight as a single unit and often appear mysteriously to aid Imperial military forces at a moment when they are about to be overwhelmed by their foe. The Legion's space marines are afflicted by a warp contagion that destroys their sanity as it progresses. Their bodies decay physically at the cellular level, but they grow in supernatural strength and the ability to use the power of the Empyrean against the Emperor's foes. Each member of the Legion is rapidly approaching the moment when he will finally succumb to the contagion. Combat can initiate the final stages of the disease, in which the afflicted space marine reaches a peak in physical power but also enters a permanently berserk state that ends with his death. Little is truly known about the Legion of the Damned, though a few truths have come to light as reports of its manifestations have been collected and compared. The legionaries invariably attack to save some part of the Imperium from disaster, a fact that implies they have powers of prediction that even the most gifted of seers and prophets cannot rival. There are those who believe the Firehawks underwent some strange metamorphosis after their disappearance, maintaining that they became irrevocably changed by the tides of the warp, both dying and somehow remaining alive. The simplest theory as to the Legion's nature, and therefore perhaps the most credible, is that its warriors are simply ghosts. They are the spiritual echoes of once great space marines whose hatred for the enemies of the Imperium was so powerful that it transcended mortal limits and became something eternal. If this is true, then the legionaries may come from a great many different chapters, their insignia and heraldry subsumed by their supernatural rebirth and replaced by icons of doom so that they are linked together by their own damnation. From the few reports of those who have seen the Legion of the Damned unhelmed, speak of ghostly sunken skin, and hollow eye sockets. Every supernatural occurrence, every glitch in reality that is attributed to these mysterious warriors adds credence to this theory. Perhaps those who know of their existence prefer to imagine the spectral space marines as revenants, for what mortal mind could possibly stand a life bound to the hell dimension of the warp and still remain sane?